Looking at this chart here, this shows different asset classes. So we've got our market asset classes, our small value, emerging markets, international markets. We've got the first full month of data. So what I would call is that blue line there represents the historical data set that we have. We're going back to 1926 for the domestic securities. We're going back to the 70s for the internationals, and roughly 89 for the emerging markets. So looking at the data that we have, those are the average returns over the longest periods that we have reliable data for. The pink lines there are the last 10 years. So you can see, looking at small value, the last decade has been well below its historical average. Same thing for international markets, international small value, significantly below its long-term average. Emerging markets, the same story there. If we look at the US market, you can see, well, it's above its average. And if I had US large growth on here, you would see it's well above its historical average. I like to look at this chart and think of it as batting averages, right? If it's spring training and these are different batters, and those batters who are hitting well below their long-term averages versus the batters who are hitting above their long-term averages, which ones would we say would probably hit a bit better going forward, and which ones are probably going to hit worse going forward? Well, yeah, those ones, those batters who are hitting above their average, there's probably going to be some reversion back to the mean at some point. Those who are hitting below their average, once again, probably going to revert. So getting back to the timing issue, I'm not saying to jump in on small value and international right now, because that batting slump could continue for some time, but we would expect that at some point it's probably going to revert back to those historical levels. So if you've got those securities in your portfolio, right, you should be confident, feel comfortable owning those going forward, because at some point they're probably going to do better.